I'm walking all the streets of Charlotte right now. That's my current project. So I've already done this 5 days. I just got this camera, so I've done all the outskirts. Here. I'm working on over here, and here is where I left off last time. So I gotta walk back there. So that's it. Whoa. Here's a crazy Jesus sculpture. Bugged out. Yeah, I think it's gonna take me about 20 minutes to get where I left off. So we'll see. Right now I believe I'm on Caldwell. Not sure where that is. Somewhere around here. Here we go. Oh hell yeah. So basically I just go down to 7th, take a left, and I'm there. That's what's up. So yeah, here's where I left off. It says 4 hours because I'm counting the hours of this walk, so I'll finally know. I used to count the walks themselves, like each day I would walk. It would just be like one walk, whether it was 8 hours, 3 hours in that day. But now I'm gonna count the hours, so it'd be kind of cool to know. It took this many hours to walk every street in Charlotte. I'm not walking every street in Charlotte, actually. I found this map. I looked online. I looked at Google Maps to see what all was the Charlotte area, and a fuckload of it is straight up residential. Like, so that's a bit different than doing like my Paris and Barcelona walks, where yeah, you're in residential areas, but you feel like you're in the city still, because it's like big buildings and there's lots of people. Here it would just be largely walking just straight up streets with houses. Like, that would be so boring. Honestly, there is merit to that, and if I had the time I would do it, because kind of part of this project is, this type of project that I do is forcing myself to go in areas that don't seem cool. Because this project started in Paris, and I would just always, I spent a year walking Paris, and I already felt like I knew the place, but I knew that I didn't. I would always find myself in the same areas, same main streets. When you walk a lot, you start to have an opinion on certain areas, and oh, that area is boring, there's nothing there. But you really don't know, because you haven't explored every little part of it. There's the tracks, baby. So it was a way for me to just force myself to go everywhere. So that, I mean, that would be cool to do here, but I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it's definitely worthwhile. You walk all those little neighborhoods, you're gonna find little secrets for sure. I just don't feel like doing that. I just want to walk the city here and spend the rest of my time doing other projects. Like the track walking project that I'm doing. I started doing this because I started missing the city walking all those tracks. I love it, but I'm also a city person, so this way I can do both. And I'm loving this. I mean, this is like my 5th day, and I'm fucking loving it. I've already found so many cool secrets and stuff. And I just got this camera. Last time I did this walk, I recorded the whole time until the battery ran out. And it was my first time using this kind of camera and shit. And the footage, I still have it, but it's unbearable. I didn't have the chest harness. Like, I don't know anything about this shit. I figured, oh, this is an action camera, it's gonna stabilize this shit. But nah, my like chest harness wasn't like totally tight, and the shit's just bouncing. And I had it inside a case, protective case. I thought that's just what you're supposed to do. But then it looked not so clear. And it was actually, a lot of it was bouncing around in the case and then bouncing on the chest harness. So it was like double shitty. So now I tightened up the chest harness and I took it out of the case from recommendations I saw online. I never wanted to do this video. Honestly, any kind of documentation is painful for me because it takes away from the simplicity of walking. I've been walking my whole life and shit, and for the most of it, I didn't take pictures. And then I started taking pictures. That was a long time ago. I started taking pictures. And it was a pain in the ass at first. And it did take away from the simplicity of it and the purity of it in a certain way. But then I grew to love taking pictures. But I never shared my pictures. Then I decided to share my pictures on Tumblr and Instagram. And that took even more of the simplicity away from this thing that I do, which I did not want that to happen, but it did. But it has been a good thing. I'm very happy about it. I love sharing my stuff. It's given me purpose and stuff. But goddamn, I mean, it's taken a lot away from my walking. It takes up a lot of time documenting and sharing. It takes a shitload of time. So then I'm thinking, okay, now I'm straight.